Have you ever noticed how some of the top studios right now are saying they're struggling? People with absolutely incredible artwork have got empty diaries. Most of the owners are blaming the economy or the algorithm, but that's not quite it. The problem is audience ownership. If you don't own your audience, you're just one social media algorithm update from empty chairs. So how do you get that audience ownership? A few years ago, I met an artist at a convention and they were absolutely amazing, realism artist. Killer portfolio, genuinely incredible work. They had 40,000 Instagram followers back at that point, and things were going really good. One day, they posted something on Instagram that Instagram's content moderators disagreed with, and they banned their Instagram account. So overnight, they had absolutely no way of maintaining their business. Now, when their Instagram account came back around and they were allowed to use it, it was massively throttled. They'd gone from thousands upon thousands of likes per picture, hundreds of comments, to barely being seen, next to no comments, next to no likes, and as a result, their business started to suffer. Now, they had no backup plan. There was no other platform that they were as big on, so things started to get affected very quickly. The business was slowed to almost zero within a couple of weeks, and within 3 months, the diary had almost emptied out. Business had got so quiet that panic was starting to set in at the idea of having an empty diary. And that moment flipped a switch for them, and they got in touch with me and we started having a conversation. They just asked for some advice. Look, what can I do to start building my diary up quickly without having to have this Instagram? So I gave them a few tips. And with just those few changes, their diary started to pick up again almost immediately. They started collecting every client's email and date. They started tracking appointments and clients and sending bi-weekly and monthly updates from their studio. 3 months later, the diary was filling up well. 6 months later, the diary was booked up for 3 months in advance. And this wasn't because they'd grown the following in any way. They just hadn't. Instagram had pretty much dried up. This was because they had just finally owned their client database. And here's what most studios miss. At the moment, about 80% of studios rely on social media for the majority of their appointments. But the average post reaches around 6 to 7% of that client base. So if you have 10,000 followers, you're reaching 600 to 700 people. And a lot of them are followers rather than clients. So out of that 600 to 700, pretty much none might actually want a tattoo from you. You have to remember, social media is borrowed land, and the landlord can evict you any time that they want. Meanwhile, over 70% of studios don't actually keep a centralized digital database of their client list. So when things go quiet, they've got no way of reaching out to the people who they've previously worked on, who they know love their work. So why would you build your business on borrowed digital space rather than creating your own space, your own town square? The real issue isn't visibility, it's ownership. Without client data, you can't control communication, and without communication, your brand can pretty much die on the vine overnight. That's why the busiest studios aren't the ones who are posting the most every single day all over the platforms. The busiest studios are the ones who've quietly built a system in the background that when things get a little bit quiet, they can get in touch with their entire client database and speak directly to their customers without having to involve Facebook or Instagram's algorithms in the message. Now, people ask me about that fix, and the fix is pretty much straightforward. You need one place that will hold every single client's data, a CRM or a client relations manager. Think of it as your digital diary on steroids. It stores names, emails, booking history, the type of tattoo that they wanted, and it can automatically send reminders and updates to people on your list. So you're not only hitting 6 or 7%, you're hitting 100%. Now, it doesn't replace your online portfolio. It backs it up and secures it. So what are the steps involved? Well, look, let's start simple. Step 1, collect all of your clients' data from now on in a digital way. Now, that's either a digital consent form where you collect absolutely everything you can about them, or a digital booking form, which you should get the same type of information: name, email, address, phone number, anything else that you can think of that might actually hold some sort of value to you. Step 2, send a friendly email every 2 weeks, maybe a month, just to let them know about the studio, just updates about the tattoos you've done, available artwork, available spaces, what's been going on. If the content is good, they will open the email and read it. So make sure that your content's valuable. It's that simple. By the time you've gotten 200 to 300 contacts in there, you're going to notice a difference in your booking straight away. You're getting in touch with what we call warm clients who you know love your work and letting them know that you have space and some top-end artwork, so gives them the opportunity to get in touch. Imagine being able to fill a cancellation quickly. Imagine being able to fill a month's worth of your diary with one message. That's how powerful a CRM system is. That's the difference between hoping for bookings and engineering them. This isn't theory either. This is what every effective studio and every effective business does behind the scenes. If you want to see exactly how that system's set up, which CRM to use, how to write the emails in the most effective way, and how to automate it, that's what I teach inside my academy, Inkonomics. It's built for tattoo studio owners and business owners who want control of their client base, who want to manage their whole business, not just rely on online followers. So you can keep chasing algorithms, or you can actually own your own audience. The smartest studios are doing both, but they do start with audience ownership. Put the Academy's link in the bio below, take a look at it, and when you're in there, I'll show you how to build a system properly that will boost your diary and make sure that you never go quiet again.